I was doing some thinking about HKD and that tremendous run that it had, where it went from like something like I don't know $8 to all the way to $2,300, right? So a lot of people I was talking to about it were telling me there were no synthetics involved, okay, and it was just buying power, of a certain group, retail investors, whatever the case may be, whales in Hong Kong, whatever the case may be. Okay. But the point I'm trying to make you understand is you take a situation like, say, there's no synthetics involved, and it's just based on, like, supply and demand. It's based on the interest of investors who are buying this at a very rapid, intense pace. And the stock goes to the moon, goes to Pluto. Okay. So you take a situation like AMC. You got people from all over the world, probably over 10 million apes, investing in AMC. And I feel there's nothing different. They were buying this thing for over a year and a half, very rapid, very strong, very intense. Yet AMC has not flourished. It has, I mean, okay, we had the time when we went to 73, but come on, you know, we didn't hit the thousands, right? We didn't go to 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 a share. Now, the question we have to ask ourselves is how come HKD did and AMC didn't? Okay. And I think the answer is quite obvious. HKD was kind of fair, right? If you think about it, right? There was no corruption, no manipulation going on, no synthetics, just buying power, right? Okay. So this is what we really need to bring to Gary Gensler's attention. We really need to, Gary Gensler needs to be aware of this. How could you have one situation where you have tremendous, tremendous buying power and a stock, in all honesty, reacts fairly and goes up to very high levels? And, granted, you have situations where halting was involved, and especially with that Megalodon, the MEGL. But you know what? Still, for the most part, the stock reacted in a fair way. And you're not seeing that with AMC. And you're not seeing that with GameStop. And see, I actually think it's more the reason to be concerned because AMC, if you just take AMC alone, with all the people all over the world, the retail investors who invested in AMC, if HKD went to 2,300, AMC should go to friggin' 200,000 a share. I mean, because you're talking about millions and millions of retail investors all over the world. And it's all about that. To me, this is the proof of the synthetics. Look, I'm not a financial planner. I don't give financial advice. I'm an entertainer. But to me, this is the proof of the corruption. This is the proof of the manipulation. This is the proof of synthetic shares. And it's just, I wish that I see it. If I was having an interview with Gary Gensler, I would want him to explain it to me. I'm not going to ask him easy questions. I would ask him straight out, say, how come we have a situation here with HKD, this Hong Kong, whatever it is, stock, that went all the way up to 2,300? Why are we not seeing that with AMC? We have over 10 million retail investors worldwide investing in AMC. Okay, and I just want him to explain it to me. Well, because there's obviously something rotten in Denmark. Okay, and what's rotten in Denmark is Citadel Connect and all these short sellers in America. Okay, in America, not Hong Kong, in America, don't have to be transparent about their synthetic holdings. They don't have to let the SEC know. They don't have to let the DTCC know. They don't have to let FINRA know. They could be dealing with billions, hundreds of billions of fake synthetic shares, and they don't have to tell nobody. How is this a fair marketplace? Okay, it's not. And you know something? Look, at least the casinos, they actually pretty much tell you it's not fair. Casinos. They'll tell you, they'll put like big signs that say, entertainment purposes only, and gamble what you can afford to lose, and they even have all kinds of like numbers, 1-800 gambler for Gamblers Anonymous, and they don't have that in the stock market. The stock market appears to be a fair place to invest your money, right? They even have regulatory government agencies such as the SEC, who are supposed to be the police department to oversee that investors are treated fairly, right? Well, this is all friggin' BS because there's things going on in the stock market that are obviously corrupt, that are obviously not fair. And again, I reiterate, Gary Gensler should be asked tough questions. You know, every time I see that dude interviewed, every single time, they ask him these little marshmallow baby, fluffy cloud questions that, not me, man. No, I would ask this dude questions that the sweat would pour down his head as if he was running a freaking marathon. I mean, you gotta ask this guy tough questions. You got it. First question I would say to him, right? You have a transparency rule, right? That you want hedge funds, you want them to be more transparent. Okay. Why is synthetics not included in that? Why are they not included? And then I would say, Gary, guys, let me ask you a question. I've read on multiple SEC, the compliance and rules and code of conduct. Naked shorting is in fact illegal, correct? Naked shorting is illegal, yes, because I saw many documents written from the SEC that says and I want to quote this, you have no tolerance for naked shorting. Okay, so if that's the case, can you explain to me why Citadel Connect and hedge funds are not required to disclose their their fake, shares? These are fake shares. They're fugazi. Why are they not required to be transparent if they are in fact holding synthetics? Because if you're it's kind of, don't you think it's like a contradiction? It's like on one end of the spectrum they're saying that naked shorting is illegal. On the other end of the spectrum they're saying, oh, but we don't need to know if you're doing it. We don't need to know if you have synthetic shares. Don't tell us. We don't need to know. You can just keep that to yourselves. We don't need to know nothing happened in the dark pools or anything. We don't need to know nothing. So there's obviously a conflict of interest here, and we have to try to figure out why. See, these are the questions Gary Gensler needs to be asked. Again, I'm not a financial planner. I don't give financial advice. I'm an entertainer. AMC, Ape, and GameStop to Pluto. Wow!